What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Best Friend Files.
Kamala Harris interview. Who'd she do it with? Call her daddy?
Call her daddy, yeah. Well, she's like changed a little bit. Like she brought on Alex Earl, and she signed Alex Earl to like her media company or whatever, but like when she introduced it and she was asking her like a bunch of like super inappropriate like things, and Alex just like is not like, she's like, I'll get drunk, I'll get sloppy, but like I'm a businesswoman and like this is my brand and like I have morals and like, you know what I mean? So it's like, as much as she's like a party girl, she's like our kind of party girl. Like she's still at the end of the day is not gonna like suck a dick on national TV. And like she was like kept trying to push her and like, you know what I mean? She's like, I'm just like this, like, what is this older chick getting from like trying to talk about sex with this like 21-year-old girl? I mean, props to Alex Cooper for like literally having the largest Spotify contract that ever existed. So like she did something right, but
I mean, just for Kamala, like what is that saying about like her brand? That she's so egalitarian that she believes heavily in supporting crude sexual content.
Well, I think it's the demographic too. I think because I think they're aware.
Imagine if Trump went on Howard Stern right now.
I know, right? Like Trump did he did what's his name? Theo Vaughn, which I'm like, yes, like I love Theo Vaughn.
That's perfect. Oh my God, love.
Yes.
Yeah. Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed our last episode where we gave each other quizzes to see if we should even be friends. Spoiler alert, we should. We didn't break up. So today we want to just throw a quick little reaction video at you, sort of like the introduction part 2. You know about our traits. Now you're going to see them in action. We are going to, in real time, because I have not seen this video, to the Call Her Daddy interview of VP and presidential hopeful Kamala Harris. And I'm already annoyed.
Okay, so here we go. This is Vice President Kamala Harris on Call Her Daddy with Alex Cooper.
I hate the way that she said Trump's bill is in 20 states. That is incorrect. She should know how the government works. He made it up to the states, and then 20 individual people who are not Donald Trump made that decision. So either like name those people or stop attaching anything you can to him, because it just makes me not trust you. You're just casting such a wide net for attention. It's so clear that she's not being real.
Yeah, Trump abortion bans. That's a really good point, that like by over exaggerating that they're Trump abortion bans. Again, if to people on the fence, that should turn you off, that someone is like incorrectly labeling something.
It's the same type of like competitive hype that they slam Trump for. It's just like a different flavor.
Or the dangerous rhetoric, or however they put it. Yeah.
Yeah, the false statements and like you want to make it this like huge thing. Well, then don't do it.
Yeah, exactly. Ready to keep rolling?
Yeah, what's the timestamp?
We are at 1:11.
Okay, wait, timestamp.
Okay, I'm going to pause it for a second. I get that argument, and I get that point of like, if you live in a state where it's like completely illegal and there is absolutely no abortion care, you know, you would need to get the funds to cross state lines to get the abortion and all that. But like, I reject the premise that she's talking like the majority of women are actual like mothers with children at home that get abortions. And I don't believe that that is a proper statistic. I'm pretty sure that even if they go on to become mothers, most abortions are probably from women that do not have children.
Hang on, we're gonna fact check too. We're gonna find out. I'm looking up which southern states have abortion bans, because she said the southern states, which Wikipedia defines as anything south of the Mason-Dixon line, and then statistics of moms versus non-moms. What do you even call that? Young ladies.
Yeah, like what? Like how? Like percent of abortions to women with no children versus women who have children?
Okay, first, the Council of State Governments, according to Wikipedia, which is an organization for communication and coordination between states, includes in its South Regional Office Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, North Carolina, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Virginia, and West Virginia. Out of the 15 states that are considered South, which Kamala Harris just said, all of them have bans. 10 of them have bans. Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia don't have an abortion ban. So, I'm sorry, what was it about the lying and the false statements?
It's that dangerous over-exaggerative rhetoric that she's using. Okay, wait. That was the other thing I wanted to say about this is just the way that she's talking about it. Like, that woman's going to have to get someone to babysit her children. She's going to have to get a plane ticket. Then she says she's going to have to sit on a plane with a stranger. What type of out of touch, like every time I sit on a plane, it's next to a stranger, whether it's going to get an abortion or going on vacation. Kamala, I'm not flying private Air Force One jets around.
Yeah, us peasants in coach are making all kinds of friends. And I hope they don't talk to me because I have an 8-hour flight sitting in a very cramped position.
Right.
Wait, hang on. I found something here. Okay, so the National Library of Medicine published a study in July 23rd of 2021, estimating the period prevalence of mothers who have abortions, a population-based study of inclusive pregnancy outcomes. So this study involves 4,884,101 women representing 7,799,784 pregnancy outcomes. So a good study. Conclusion. Abortion among low-income women with children is exceedingly uncommon, if not rare. The period prevalence of mothers without abortion is 13 times that of mothers with abortion. So what this is telling us is that it's rare that someone who needs an abortion can't get on an airplane. And it's rare that that person already has a child. So I'm done. I'm literally, yes.
We got 4 more minutes to grueling get through. We can do this. Okay. We can do this. We're doing our civic duty right now.
Are we at 3 minutes and 48 seconds?
I'm at 44, but I will move to 48.
I'm sorry, what? Can we stop, please? I can't. I'm never going to make it. I'm never going to make it. Okay. So first of all, it was said that women are desperately looking for bus tickets and are landlocked. So I want to explain what Webster's dictionary defines landlocked as. Mm-hmm, okay. Mm-hmm.
You did so good. That was just like almost 2 minutes. You did so good. We have like 2.5 minutes left. We have 2.5 minutes left.
Almost or entirely surrounded by land, having no coastline or seaport. Or it means enclosed by land and having no navigable route to the sea. So I'm not sure why women are needing to jump into the seawater with the dolphins to get an abortion. That is not the right word or sentence. And then what is even more not the right sentence is talking about tampons.
Yes.
Where are we going? And Kamala, why are you acting like you know? Because nobody knows where the fuck she's going with asking guys if they know where a tampon goes. First of all, they do know. They know that. They know.
And honestly, if he doesn't know don't sleep with him if he doesn't know where the tampon goes.
Do not. Because he's going to not put it in your vagina.
Because he certainly doesn't. It's the worst 5 minutes of your life, and you're lucky.
Okay, get ready for the worst sex ever. I again want to read a snippet from the conclusion of the 2021 National Library of Medicine from the .gov website about mothers having abortions. Quote, abortion among low-income women with children is exceedingly uncommon, if not rare.
Boom.
So who are these women looking for bus tickets? Can we get a list?
And I want to know, did she send them? Did she send them money? She made like a $20 million Spotify deal. If she's really that passionate, she could start her own Alex Cooper abortion bus
She
line.
should be telling Kamala Harris about how many women she bought bus tickets for.
Okay, 2 more minutes. We can do this.
I guess neither one of these millionaires can do anything about it.
We can do this.
I'm
ready. Okay.
Okay.
1,
Yes.
2, 3.
So a couple things. One, she did say may in her sentence as a qualifier, but she was implying that there won't be free reproductive care in states with abortion bans. So this is a article from 19thnews.org. And the reason that clinics would close is because they don't have as many clients. So to that exact point, if a clinic is being used 50% for pap smears, breast exams, birth control, and 50% for abortions, and the 50% abortions goes away, that facility should still be okay at 50% because they can then put more money into those areas and then increase the number of clients, right? It's just a business model. You pivot. So it actually says with fewer patients, clinics have to scale back, pivot, or close. So she's trying to tie a business issue with having reduced customers because they have a high number of a specific service to this ban is taking it away.
There's no way that you're going to be, if your business is actually doing pap smears and like reproductive health things, there's no way abortions are the bulk of your business. You know what I mean? Like my OBGYN, it's just like, the way she's trying to make it out, like these are they're either a place that you primarily go to get an abortion. And yes, a lot of times they do offer, like, I know like the one in Buffalo, they are like one of the only like holistic birth centers also. It's like wild. You know what I mean? So it's like, and there are places that do both, but that's my point is like, if you are doing more than just that, like you'd have a good customer base anyways.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. I also want to say something extremely controversial, and I hope that everyone watching can just bear with me until I get this extremely sensitive subject and sentence out. But on the other side of that baby, that women have every right to do whatever they want, whenever they want, is a man who is 95% of suicides in the United States. So I completely understand bodily autonomy, but the reason this is such a emotional topic is because it involves creating a human life with another participant. And when you're doing that, the entire argument that it has to go one way with the female having all of the decision and putting this weird like villainization on the men trying to control their bodies, as if one of the senators that or members of Congress that Trump swore in wasn't a female and mother. This villainization of like the men want to control our bodies. They just want all the say. And it's like, are we maybe just jumping right over a very important threshold of men who are completely powerless when they're given the information that they've just implanted their DNA in a female who they've obviously, in most cases, care about enough to be intimate with, and even speaking up about what they think that female should do is considered disrespectful, rude. And it's like, I get that men, maybe wouldn't have to deal with a woman saying, here's what I think you should do if the roles were reversed. But as someone who's been married for 6 years, I tell my husband what to do every day. So I just don't buy it that we're supposed to all swallow this pill that like the best thing is for the woman to have the absolute choice, and then saying, I can't believe men would try to control our bodies. Like, what is wrong with the other person who contributed to that life wanting some element of control? Not all of it, but a say, an opinion, something. Like,
no, I totally agree with you, because I've always said that, like, if you look at it from like a legal standpoint, like if a couple gets pregnant, because that's really what it is. We're always like, the woman gets pregnant. It's a couple. Right. It was a couple that got pregnant. And I always say, like, if the woman wanted to get an abortion, then a guy could potentially, let's say, go to court and, stand up and say, like, he doesn't want her to do that. He wants the baby, right? And there's other ways you could go about it. And that would be socially acceptable. I personally believe that it would be, like, people would be like, good for you.
Yeah.
But if it was the other way around, you know what I mean? And then that's just an example of how it is such a hairy gray area, because obviously if a woman wanted to keep the baby, a guy's not going to sue her to get an abortion. Like, it's just... It's such a wildly gray area. And again, that's like back to the thing that like the conversation around it needs to change, because it's two people. And I agree with you. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know how we make them just in general more responsible.
I just think
but I feel like that's...
I understand, like, we're carrying the baby. I have 3 children, so I get it. But there's a massive emotional investment in my husband for our children. Like, the entire pregnancy was just as emotional, if not more, for him, because I knew my body and that I was okay in a lot of situations. And he had a ton of stress around my health and everything. And so, yes, it's my body, but it's also our child. So I just don't know how you skip over that. Like, if we're gonna really talk about it, then shouldn't everyone be involved in the conversation? Doesn't it? I mean, it takes 2 to tango, right? Like,
well, and that's the thing is at the same time, these same women turn around and they complain about the fact that men don't take enough responsibility for things, that men, deadbeat, and any of that stuff. It's like, well, what do you want? Do you want this man to be a fully, like, functioning part of this, with authority, or do you want someone that doesn't have any responsibility? Like, you can't have both.
Right. I mean, overall impression, it was 7, almost 8 minutes I'll never get back. I'm also really disappointed in the candor of the interviewer. I guess I would expect, if someone's going to be super real about fellatio and whatever else, that regardless of who is sitting in her chair, she's going to come across as her authentic self. And I felt like they were both trying to impress each other. And it's not really an interview if you're overwhelmingly agreeing with what the other person's saying in a way that is coming across as not authentic. So it really didn't move the meter. It did not slap.
Also, like, she 100%, you hit it on the head. She talks directly out of her fucking nose.
What is that? Oh my God. Is there a character? Is it Fraggle Rock? What is the character in the kids show that sounds like, or no, is Beaker from Sesame Street? Muppet Babies.
Yeah, Beaker, 100%. I also feel like, too, like, maybe to Alex Cooper, this is like maybe this is a topic that's like near and dear to her heart, because she basically made her millions by, like, convincing a bunch of young girls, like, just normalizing and making it super cool to just, like, be a whore. I mean, it's literally been her brand. Like I told you, like the Glug Glug Monster.
I don't regret any. I try not to regret anything in my life. I really don't. But now that I have been in a meaningful relationship where sex isn't about what my body posture is like or what sounds I'm making, it really wasn't doing anything for me having a bunch of sexual partners in my 20s. That's a learning experience and stuff, but I really think that once you reach an age where you understand that difference, encouraging women that you know don't have really safe sex really thoughtfully, and then capitalize on that novelty of sex in order to gain notoriety. At what point do you take the responsibility that you're the reason 30% of those girls are even having to listen to the abortion conversation now? If it's such a big deal to you that you're spending the only 8 minutes you have talking about only that, I just think you should care enough to prevent that really difficult decision. Like, I think both sides are right. It makes sense all the way around. You should respect life, but if it comes to that and you have to make that decision, it's so great that you can, right? But like, that doesn't mean that you should do more of their high risk behavior.
Well, I also feel like too, as we said, this is clearly just like a campaign move. Obviously, this is a demographic grab, but also like, what does it say about because like we said, there's more to this interview, so I'm assuming maybe they touched on another topic, maybe they didn't, but either way, this is what made it on to the internet and this is what made it on air. And basically, what does that say about what Kamala thinks of the Gen Z millennial female audience that she thinks she's gaining from going on Call Her Daddy and Alex Cooper? That the one defining fact of our lives and who we're going to choose for a leader is whether abortions are legal or not. Like, that is just like such a pigeonhole, because I personally am a lot more concerned about the cost of groceries and education and a billion different things. There's just 1,000 things, like, and to me, it just, again, speaks to like that fakeness of her and just the fact that like, this is what she thinks of Gen Z, essentially.
Bottom line, if you want an abortion really bad in this country and you have any support, you're getting one. Like, they have mailable abortion pills that you can get anywhere. So like, you can make it happen. So I just like, okay, check, next. What's happening? It's not like we lost all of our abortion equipment and no one can get one and an all-out crisis is breaking out. And so we need to talk about this issue. Like,
yeah. Well, and I mean, isn't it just grand that she sat there and, oh, the government shouldn't be telling you what to do with your body. That's my problem. Not only are you the government, as you so astutely pointed out, and you're forcing people to choose between taking a experimental vaccine and providing a livelihood for their family and also saving other people's lives. Like, so don't talk to me about how you don't think the government should be telling people what to do, because you didn't have a problem with it 2 years ago.
I guess we need to keep talking about the thing that we can all still do. Okay. Right? We can all still do it, right? Now I got to look that up so I can keep that in.
Ooh, maybe we should start a business. We could start a business like that. I don't know. Is it illegal to send an abortion pill across state lines?
Whoa. We would get arrested. Right? I mean, is that trafficking? What the fuck? Let me look that up. Stand by. Okay. Here's an NPR August 7th, 2024 article. Inside a medical practice, sending abortion pills to states where they're banned. Oh, they beat us to it, bitch.
Always a day late and $1 short.
Welcome to modern abortion care, says Angel Foster. Could be Angel. I don't see an accent. Sorry, Angel. As she holds up a box for mailing, Foster, who has an MD degree, that's a doctorate degree, right? MD, medical doctor, leads operations at what's known as the MAP, a Massachusetts telehealth provider, sending pills to people who live in states that ban or restrict abortion. The MAP is just one of 4 organizations in the U.S. operating under recently enacted state shield laws, which circumvent traditional telemedicine laws requiring out-of-state health providers to be licensed in the states where patients are located. 8 states have enacted these shield laws. Pregnant patients can fill out an online form, connect with a doctor via email or text, and if approved, receive the pills within a week, no matter which state they live in. Shield law practices account for about 10% of abortions nationwide. Okay, let's stop right there. I don't want to hear about another fucking bus trip ever again.
It's just wild to me that this is still somehow at the forefront. It's like since the day I was born, I feel like this has been like at the forefront every 4 fucking years of an election, and we just can never get past it onto something that actually matters. I also think so too. A point that I want to make is, like I said, like with the conversation needing to be changed, and I think like this is what you were kind of getting at also, is like it. And I didn't think of this, and I can't remember honestly who had said this. I honestly think it might have been like Jordan Peterson. By making it like my body, my choice, and by disempowering the men so much, it's like that is actually putting a shit ton of stress on a woman. And to be like the type of guy who is just like, I don't care, babe, like it's your body, it's your choice. How is that not literally just like absolving men of all responsibility in it by taking that stance of it's my body, it's my choice?
I literally need a moderator to just interrupt them the next debate and go, you can get an abortion pill in any state through the mail. Okay, next question.
Next. So yeah, again, please, as we established, if you want to send us any videos or let us know in the comments, or you can email us at bestfriendfilespodcast@gmail.com. You can also find us now. We are officially on TikTok.
Woo woo. We're going to be on Insta soon. We are on Spotify. We are on YouTube. Yes, we're on Spotify. And we're going to be hopefully we'll be launching our new video podcast on YouTube very soon. You may end up seeing this as a video. Who knows? If we don't like it, you won't see this.
We're going to see.
You'll hear it. You'll hear us not like our faces. Do you want to hear us be insecure? You can. All right, bro. Are we stopping recording?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, bro. Yeah, brah.